I'm going to be giving you an overview on the Oasis by Emaar. Now this is a new master community developed by Emaar, comprising of independent villas and mansions. Now 5 subclusters have already launched and we're expecting a new one to launch in March of 2025 and then a few more after this. Now the earliest handover we have in Palmyra 1 is going to start from 2027. Now if we come closer and take a look at the master plan, so in total, they've got 100 million square foot of land to work with. And what we do know is that it will be 7,000 residential units launched throughout. And then 25% of all this area is just going to be greenery, lagoons, and amenities for the entire community. Now, let's take a more detailed look at the location of the project. So if we take a look at the master plan again, 7,000 residential units, separated by subclusters within the community. Now, if we move on to the map, you can see exactly the location of the plot that the project is going to be based on. And we can see Jumeirah Golf Estates is here, already a ready, thriving community. We've got Jewelry Hills, which is just under construction here, north of the Oasis. And then we've got Damak Lagoons, also north of the community, which is under construction, and construction is well underway. Now, this road here, a central road in Dubai, so it brings very good connectivity to the community. It's Mohammed Sheikh bin Zayed Road. And then to the south, we've got Dubai Investment Park. Now, we all know the future expansions for Al Maktoum is really fueling investors to invest towards the south of Dubai. We've got projects like Emaar South, which are outperforming. So if we take another look at the map and take a look at the location of the project. So again, we've got the Oasis, the community right over here. And then if we zoom out a little bit, we've got again, Mohammed Sheikh bin Zayed Road, running the length all the way down to Al Maktoum International. And then just towards the south of that, we've got Emaar South. And then we've got the industrial area right here, and then the Palm Jebel Ali, which also launched within the last few months, and the fronts are selling out pretty quickly. Now, we're 18 minutes from Al Maktoum Airport. And then if we look towards the north, so again, taking a look where we've got the Trump Golf Course in Damak Hills 1. We've got the Jumeirah Golf Estates Golf Course and Country Club situated right there. And then Dubai Hills as well. It's only a 20-minute drive away. And then if we zoom out a little bit further, we've got downtown, which is a 35-minute drive. And then Dubai Marina, which is a 28-minute drive. So in terms of location-wise for the Oasis, it is still a very central location. You're not too further down south. Now, if we take a look at Al Khail Road, so towards the end of JVC, it ends right there and then leads into Al Fay Road. But we've got a corridor running straight to the Oasis between Jumeirah Golf Estates, and that's Tilal Al Gaf right here. So once this road is complete and the expansion plans do take place, it will really cut down the times to downtown and towards Marina. Now, out of the 5 subclusters that have already launched, let's talk about Palmyra. So now these are 3 phases, Palmyra 1, 2 and 3. Palmyra 1 started with 4 beds and 5 beds, independent villas. So it looks something like this. They start at 5,600 square foot, and then some of the larger layouts go all the way up to 5,900. And then in Palmyra 2 and 3, we've only got the 4-bed layouts. Now, in phase 1, it started at 8.5 million, and then phase 2 and 3 started at 9.18 million. These are again on the standard 80-20 payment plans from Emaar, and these are expected to hand over from the beginning of 2027 for phase 1 and 2028 for phase 2 and 3. Now, a comparable to these layouts at 5,600 to 5,900 square foot is the 4-bed D1 in Golf Place 1 and 2 in Dubai Hills. Now, the Mirage is another subcluster of 5 and 6 bedroom independent villas. The 5 beds do start at 10,300 square foot, and then the 6 beds go up to 12,000 square foot. Now, these launched at 15.8 million, and they expected to hand over in the middle of 2028 also. Now, again, 5 beds start at 10,300 square foot. Now, a very good comparable to this is the Address Hillcrest Villas in Dubai Hills in terms of the layout, which we can see here in the renders that they've provided. And then the layout of the floor plan also. So we've got the basement floor, ground floor, first floor, and the roof floor, as well as the terrace. Now, the last subcluster to launch was Levita. Now, these are 6 and 7 bedroom mansions, so completely different to all the other subclusters that have launched. These started with 6 beds at 19,000 square foot, going up to the 7 beds, which are up to 28,000 square foot. A completely different end product, which launched on the 80/20 payment plan, and it is expected to hand over towards the end of 2028. Now, if you take a look at a render to give us an idea of somewhat what it looks like, and then moving on to the floor plan, you've got parking in the basement, and then you've got the first floor, roof, the basement, and a terrace. So a completely different end product altogether. Now, this is a fairly new master community, and the price per square foot for the 5 subclusters that have already launched. So for Palmera 1, 2, 3, we're talking around 1,600 to 1,700 dirhams per square foot. And then for the higher end, such as Levita, we're talking 1,900 to just under 2,000 dirhams per square foot. Now, we're still very early on. 2027, towards the end of 2027 is when we first expect handover, leading into 2028 for the current launches that we've already had. And then we are expecting 2 more launches starting from now in March of 2025 for address branded villas in the community. For these address branded villas launching in the Oasis, the only real comparable we have now is the Address Hillcrest branded villas in Dubai Hills. Now, these are well under construction and expected to hand over towards the end of this year. And we are expecting them to launch in 2 phases in the Oasis. Now, I will be making another video to go into the details of what we'll be launching in terms of the address branded villas. So keep a lookout for that. And for any other questions about this community in general, feel free to reach out.